Should exotics be in Destiny 2? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about just that. So hope you guys do enjoy the video, and if you do, subscribe and like to this channel, really means a lot. Let's get to 1,000, and let's get and start the video. So, should exotics be in the game? Well, exotics been around since 2014, and been around for a while. So exotics are basically a weapon that has a perk, a very special perk, and 4 other perks that don't really have the same effect that can be on other weapons, but that main exotic perk can only be on that certain weapon, and it makes the weapon different from everything else. It makes it way too overpowered, makes it something that people like in some certain activities, and some or certain activities it's just not good or not overpowered, as people should say. Well, we got to think about this. Exotics is a difficult thing to describe because people like some, people don't. Some are good at PvP, some are good at PvE, some are not really good at all, and some are good at both of the activities and use it all the time. So, again, let's take some exotics from back in Destiny 1. So, the Pocket Infinity was an exotic that we had back in the day, and that exotic had some good stuff about it, but as soon as it got disabled, and then it got removed because people said it crashed the game, and it wasn't good, and people did not like that. And then remember, we just had a Telesto thing just going on right now in Iron Banner a few weeks ago about how it got your super in 5 seconds, and people had to remove that from, or disable that gun for about a week now, and it kind of made the community feel bad, and I don't know if malfeasance is still removed. Not removed, but disabled. I think it is, but please let me know in the comments if it is. I haven't played with that weapon for a while. But again, exotics are getting disabled left and right, and nerfed and buffed, and people are getting a mixed decision about this because every exotic is gonna pretend if Telesto was good in PvE and raids, and you wanted to play PvP with Telesto, and then one day everybody loved it in the raids, and then it got nerfed and it went good in PvP. Like, every exotic is changing. Exotic perks might be changing in the future, but again, every exotic is different in different ways. Some are awarded from just RNG, some are awarded from exotic quests, some are awarded just from that certain activity like raids and Crucible. It's very hard to describe what exotics are gonna be in the future if they don't make a certain way that exotics shouldn't be nerfed or buffed. You should think about how exotics are way too overpowered. Like, go and play Destiny 1 and think about how exotics are overpowered in that game mode, and think about, hey, why did I play with this exotic? Is probably making the environment for other players unfair, like the Jade Rabbit in the new momentum control mode. It's basically a one hit to the head and you're dead. So it's basically sniper rifles. How do you think the community likes that, dislikes that? How do you think people are liking how hand cannons can only one shot almost? And how would you think, you need to think about why, or even Fighting Lion could one shot. You got to think about some exotics are only good in that mode, but in normal Crucible it's not really good. And then raids and stuff like that. What's going to happen in the future when exotics are good at both the activities, and then we're going to ask for buffs and buffs and buffs and some buffs and nerfs and nerfs and nerfs and nerfs, and then they're gonna disable stuff, and it's just going on forever, dude, and it's gonna make a mixed decision about the community. We've been thinking about exotics for a while now. If you go and search up exotics, there's a lot of articles on Reddit and stuff asking for people, hey, this exotic is overpowered or not overpowered. However, there's some stuff that I think is broken and it's gonna make everything. It's not crazy, it's too, some stuff are too overpowered and people can't control that, and then we need to make a stand if exotics should be removed from the game. That would make a difference in Destiny. Pinnacle weapons could be something that we can make out of this, Pinnacles weapons, they could return because now there's ritual weapons. If they got rid of exotics, Pinnacles would probably come back. Or people might say, hey, wait, Pinnacles are too overpowered, let's not bring that back, and then that can bring into another video if you guys like this. Should Pinnacles come back, or rituals come back, or whatever comes back in that franchise? But I'll talk about that in maybe a later video in the future. But again, this is about exotics. Why do they have to do this? we got to think about this. A lot of people didn't make a stand back in D1, and we got to think about in D2. And what happens if there's a D3? We got to think about, is exotics the right thing for the community? Should they be removed or should they be disabled in the future? What should we think of that? And exotic armor pieces, that can be something that people are maybe mixed about. Like, we got to think about that some stuff are way too overpowered that can get, like, your super grenades in, like, few seconds, and that can really affect some other players in the community in, like, PvP or PvE, about, hey, this guy did this in the Crucible, and I don't like that, that's unfair, that he could just do that, and I can't do that. Like, there's some stuff that people don't like, and they want to make the community fair, but everyone likes different things, and it's very difficult to think of something that people all like together. Like, if you want 1K, you know, like 1,000 voices, malfeasance, stuff like that, they want it to be, oh, this gun, people might think the gun's good, think people might think the gun's bad, people think, like, the catalyst might be good. Again, if they think weapons are good, they're gonna make the catalyst good. And then if people think the catalyst is too good, they're going to nerf the catalyst. And I haven't seen anyone nerf a catalyst before. But again, people have to think, what should happen if we're going to ask for buffs and nerfs in the future? Just think about that. If there's no more exotics, would the environment in Destiny 2 change in activities? Would pinnacles change? Would you think you could use legendary weapons all the time? Just think about that. Think about how exotics should be removed or should be disabled. I would love to hear you guys' opinions in the comments down below. It would mean a lot for that to hear you guys' comments and opinions about exotics. And guys, remember to subscribe and like for more Destiny 2 content. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, please subscribe and like for more Destiny 2 content. Alright guys, signing out today. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.